video is intended to demonstrate some of the key differences between SketchUp Free, which is the web-based version of SketchUp, and SketchUp Pro, which is the downloaded, installed version of SketchUp. You can use both, but for any number of reasons you might be using one or the other. One example is what we're running into in a lot of my classes right now with a license that's expired. So if that happens to you, you're not dead in the water. You can still use the SketchUp Free version. You can open up your files built in SketchUp Pro. You can save those files, you can download them, and then open them back up in the Pro version later. So I'm going to just do a quick, maybe 10-minute video here showing you some differences. First of all, finding SketchUp Free. I usually do a Google search for SketchUp Free, and the first link seems to work. And then you just start modeling. Okay, it'll take a second to fire up, but once it's there, I'll show you sort of similarities and differences. Here's my opening screen. Okay, everything here is saved in the SketchUp website, so it's kind of cloud-based. Since it's your first time there, you may get a like a sign-in request. So I usually sign in with Google. Use your school email and password. Okay, and then you should have something like this. And I'm just going to create a new one. I'm going to use feet and inches. And then here's my world. It looks slightly different, okay, but it's similar. The tools are all on the sides here and over here. It's kind of frustrating because SketchUp decided to change the look of everything. So it makes it, it takes a little bit of a learning curve to know where all the tools are hidden. Up here, you've got other options. Okay, you can save. If you save it, it saves to the cloud. You can download, which lets you download again to a 2018 or 2019, which maybe you are using. You could even work on a home computer and then save it or download it, and then you can open it back on a school Mac later. Okay, so what else do we have in that button? You can insert. So if you have a file that you worked on previously in SketchUp Pro, you could then insert it into this world and then work on it in here. You can save it to the cloud, and you could download it back to your computer and then open it back up in SketchUp Pro later. Okay, and like I showed you here, you can save it to old versions or the most current version. If you save it to 2021, you can't open it with 2018. You can almost never open a new version with old software. But if you save anything to an older version of software, all the new versions will still open. Okay. Some tools here I want to show you. Many tools are nested inside of other tools. This is the orbit tool, okay, which moves your world around. You also have a pan tool there. I think if you hold down, which one is it? Command? No, if I go into orbit, I can alternate with the shift button to the pan. So I can pan, I can let go of shift, I can do that. Okay. So those are the two most important tools in there. We also have the zoom extents tool, which just zooms into your whole world, which is really handy if you're like totally lost. Just go in here, boom. Drawing tools, rectangles. Okay, still the same as before, 12, 12, enter. Push pull, and you can type in a distance. Okay, push pull is here along with follow me, offset, which is a copy parallel line. Inside rectangles, we also have circles, polygons. The line tool has the squiggly line tool. This is your select tool. The move tool also has the rotate tool. And these tools work the same as Pro version SketchUp. So you need to look at my other videos if you need help on using tools. I'm just kind of making sure you know where the tools are in this version because it's different. These are your like information tools. So measurement, dimension, text box, protractor. You're mainly going to use measurement out of that little section. These tools, I never use these tools. They're really kind of for navigating around, but I prefer to just either scroll wheel in and out or two-finger swipe in and out. Okay, over here you've got other tools. See, and I'm hovering and it tells me entity info is there. So if I pick this cube, entity info brings that up. It's on default. Okay, I could change the layer. See, here's some shadow, so I'm kind of figuring out along with you. Where is that? I don't know what that does. Instructor, I've never used that. There's the 3D warehouse. You have to be signed in to use the 3D warehouse. Components, I don't really use components. I use them, but I don't name them. Styles, what I want to find is layers. And I don't know where layers is. Layers is super important. See if I can maybe find layers. I'm not seeing layers, which is really weird. Let's see if we can figure out layers. Layers, Sketchup, free. Layers, where are they? Are there layers in Sketchup free? See, this tells you it's a slightly different interface. Kind of annoying. But I don't know where they are. What happened to layers? And honestly, I don't know the answer. I think I've seen it, but I don't know where they are now. And this might be old information. Sketchup Pro, so that's not helping us. So I don't know where the layers are. I know you can entity info. I just did a right click. Okay, I can make a group that way. If I click on entity info, it has that in there. Material. This one tells me nothing. That's just the shadows. So I'm at a loss with layers. I can't imagine they turned that feature off, but maybe they did. I can tell you what you still need to do is group like before. Okay. You still need to use your green, red. Where's red? Green, red, and blue lines. Okay. You still want to do numeric input. If you look in the bottom window, you can see that. Okay. There is an autosave, but I usually just save when I'm ready to save. And if I save it, it's going to go into the cloud there. So I could save it in the SketchUp. Here's a few other ones I put in there. I would name this like newer test. Okay, and I can save it. And then it'll be in the cloud. That's probably all I want to cover in this video. Again, this is really just showing you the tools are all there from what you're used to. They're just hidden in different places. And so you're going to have to do a little bit of searching. Or you can use Google like I just tried to find information. Solid modeling tools are in here. Some of you may know how to do that. And yeah, that's really what I needed to tell you. Okay, if you're stuck when your SketchUp Pro doesn't work, open up a window, go to SketchUp Free, and you can continue working. And then if you get your SketchUp Pro working again, then you can just re-import it back in there and keep going as before.